Fuck, he's already dead.
Yeah, dude.
Alright, what was this fight again? Oh, it's this one.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, see, we definitely did do this.
Damn, no leg day, huh?
No, not at all. Bro is fucking jacked to shit, though.
Nice, nice.
And then there's this one we could, like, send back at him or whatever.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Eat that, dude.
This should be easy. Yeah, the boss fights typically tend to be pretty... not that tough, let's say. But they're still, like, good and charming. Unfortunately, a lot of the characters in this game are pretty forgettable outside of, Crash or Aku Aku or something like that. No!
Aw. Do you ever wonder, like, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you ever wonder, like, if the criticisms and the problems that you have with video games now is genuinely just your age? Like, maybe it honestly is just something that you're like, it's not clicking with you just because you've just played it for years and it's just not something that it hits the way it did, like it once did before because of your age? Or do you think that like, our points against the video game industry right now are valid?
It's always a thought in the back of my head. Like, it's something I'll say, like, kind of as an aside. It's like,
like, do you think kids will notice the issues that we have with the industry? Probably not, you know? Like, I think about that. And I wonder if when we were kids, when we played games, if people that grew up with video games from the Nintendo era felt the same way we do now, you know? About video games. Or do you think it... I go back and forth on it, because I'm like, even if it was something like that, video games did change from that era, from like the 80s and 90s to what they were in the 2000s, but it didn't change in such a dramatic way where it was more about profit than it was about creativity. At least I feel like, you know? But I go back and forth on it, you know? I wonder, like, if it's really just my age talking, or if the industry really has changed for the worse to where...
It definitely has. And you could even point to something as simple as... Yeah, see, I remember this area.
I should have saved.
Yes, you should have.
Like, do you think the younger generation sees what we see with what's going on?
No, because it's like an exposure thing. Unless they already have been pre-exposed to games of our generation, or, you know, have built up that idea of, like, where the culture of gaming came from. I don't think so. But...
Like, a thing I think about, right, is when I was a kid, obviously I was playing the games that were coming out, like on the PS2.
Absolutely.
And then what would be coming out on the PS3. But I never thought, when I went back and played older games, that we had gotten worse since this came out. I genuinely thought, I was like, video games have gotten better.
Absolutely.
Since. I wonder if younger generations go back to older video games and think that. Like, they're like, oh, these games actually are just more fun. Or if they think, oh, no, these games are old as fuck. Like, they're not as good as, you know, Fortnite or whatever's currently trending.
I would point to something like your brother, but your brother isn't, like, that much younger.
Technically, my brother's still in our demographic.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, the youngest end of Gen Z.
He's, like, smack dab in between.
You know, like, we're the oldest of Gen Z, our year. And he's pretty much the very youngest. So we're still in the same generation, though.
Yeah, but he's still exposed to all the things of, like, the modern generation more than we are, I would say. So it's like, it's kind of like a half and half point.
Yeah.
Damn, I wanted that extra life. Oh, go back. And whenever you suggest something to your brother, typically he ends up being, like, pretty fond of it too. So I don't...
Oh,
shit. Oh, there's
I think
stuff
that's possible, though.
So I think there's merit in our line of thinking, but I don't know if it is or isn't super common, but games in the modern generation are releasing as, like, incomplete games of, like, it's being pitched to us as early access.
Oh, what?
I didn't know you couldn't jump on that.
Neither did I. Fuck.
It's being pitched to us as, like, oh, get early access on the game, but it's like, realistically, you're just releasing a unfinished version of the game so you can cash in on some monetization aspects. So, like, you can gain some other aspect of revenue before the game is quote unquote released.
See, and I think that there is I think I am valid in my criticisms because you see the industry kind of going back to games that were successful and either remaking them or rebooting them.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point too. I mean, we talked about it in the Demon Souls upload, but Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
Right.
Which is kind of exactly what Ubisoft needs to do, because you need to show that you are capable of releasing good products and getting back in the good graces of the consumer, that then you can kind of build up that trust with your audience to release something new and then actually have them consider it as like, oh yeah, let me pick this up. Whereas like, you know, before Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, Ubisoft had so much negative press around it with just what they were releasing, where it's like no one would trust anything that they would release. So it's like you have to put yourself back in the good graces of your community, and then we will give you a fair shot if you want to release a new IP or something like that.
Right. Like I just think a lot of what's happening right now is just like they're creatively bankrupt.
Oh yeah.
To where they can't come up with new ideas. Or it's too much of a gamble, which I'm sure we've talked about that, but it's too much of a gamble to see if something will be successful or not, you know? Oh, come on.
I mean, that's where being in the good graces of the community does come into play. It's like you can try something new and then just like, if it flops, it is what it is. Like, you can kind of return to form on that one.
I also think it's a thing where it's like you have more adults now playing video games than ever before.
Oh, definitely.
And that's, I feel like, is where a big amount of the money is being made. So they're trying to appeal to a broader audience, not just the children anymore, you know?
Yeah, part of it is that the generation of gamers is, how do I say, has grown older, and we have more disposable income in some ways and less in others. But the generation after us is like fully grown adults in the workforce and whatnot, and they have disposable income too, and they all played video games growing up. So cool, come here, get your chunky butt over here, come here. Yeah, and you said before when we were playing Demon Souls that like seemingly and unfortunately at the same time, gaming is the most affordable hobby to have. Like,
yeah,
especially compared to time investment, where you have your initial upfront cost, and in the modern generation, yeah, there is going to be external transactions outside of that, but that's still more cost effective than a day of golf or
yeah. And I just because I oh shit, oh my god, terrible timing. Just because I want to clarify a point on that, like from that video, is I just think that like overall, the thing that scares me is that it's the only thing that is relatively affordable, but I feel like they're going to take advantage of that, the developers in the industry as a whole, and keep upping prices, knowing damn well we're still going to pay for them, you know? And that's really scary to think about.
Well, we're kind of already there.
We are there. That's what I'm saying. And it's just, it sucks because it's like, what else are you going to be able to do, you know? Well,
and to a point, there is a level of being able to vote with your wallet. Like,
right.
If like you've shown that you are not going to interact with this product just because it's unreasonable. Like if GTA truly came out and was a subscription service game, like something like World of Warcraft, and people weren't interacting with that, like they, you know, they're forced to kind of change their hands, and there's only so much you can do. Like, for example, with Street Fighter V, when that game came out, yeah, it was very negative press around it. Like, it was not in the good graces of the community, this, that, and the third. But over the course of time, it became a good game. It turned into a game that people look back fondly on and are just like, man, Street Fighter V was so good. Like, it truly, like, is one of my favorite games or whatever. Like, there's many people that feel the exact same way about that game, even though it started out in a really rocky place. Whereas like games can flip around. Like first impressions are not everything, but I feel like Street Fighter had the fortune of being Street Fighter and having the name Street Fighter, where it had the capacity to do that, where other games just don't.
Yeah, like a good example of a game doing that, I would say, is No Man's Sky.
Sure.
They still put out free updates for that game. They just put out another free update for that game, and that game's been out for years, and it had a terrible launch, you know?
But there's only so many games that can actually get away with that.
True. True, and then it's like, how long are we going to keep putting up with that until they just get to a point where it's like, just make the game good on
and
release.
complete, and not treat it as this piece of shit early access or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Save.
Yeah, definitely. That was on my mind. It's just, I don't know. But also, like, how much are you interacting with the modern generation of gaming? Because me personally, I'm not buying that many new games.
No, I'm not really either.
I feel like I'm buying like 1 or 2 a year maybe, and then that's kind of the extent of it.
But that also, to be fair, it's not like there's a ton coming out either anymore, like it used to. You know, there used to be so many games that would come out. You know, especially back in the PS2 and the PS3 era, there was just so many options of games that would come out a year, and now it's, with there being way more money put behind of game these days and how long it takes them to develop it, it's almost like a movie release, you know?
You have to take into consideration how much time you can actually get out of a game when you play it. Like, I know people were talking about Resident Evil 9 and kind of trying to like, I can't believe they want me to pay $70 for like an 8-hour game, but it's like, in some respects, I understand that. But with the quality that Resident Evil has continuously given over the years, like, and I think RE9 is a good game. Like, oh shit, I didn't realize that was a thing. I think that's more than fine. If the quality of your package is able to warrant the price tag, then having a shorter game is a-okay.
Yeah, and the thing about Resident Evil 2 is it's got a lot of replay value to justify the short length. And honestly, I would rather have a really good experience that's about 9 to 10 hours long and then make me want to come back and replay it than an 80-hour game that I'm just like, dude, like, it was dragging its fucking feet.
Yeah, content is not synonymous, like, how do I say? Oh shit. Damn, bro, I had the blicky? What the fuck?
Yeah. Damn, we got a lot of lives now.
Yeah, thank fuck. Yeah, the amount of content is not indicative of its quality.
Right. Which, you know, I think that's part of the reason why a game like GTA 6 is so overhyped, is because it's so few and far in between we get a game like that, you know?
So do I have to go in between, I guess?
Nice. Nice.
Damn, he's good.
Like, that's the thing I appreciate about Rockstar. Like, as far as how they do their online aspects, obviously I feel like that's pretty greedy, but their single player experiences have always been on point, in my opinion. Some are better than others, obviously, but
sure,
just in general, you know? And for a developer to be pretty much number one like they are, you know, in terms of just success, for them to still be, you know, adamant about giving a good single player experience, that's pretty impressive, you know?
I agree.
So, like myself, I'm pretty excited for the new GTA 6. That's probably the game I'm most excited for, and I have good reasoning to be excited for that, you know? Just considering,
well, every one of your interactions with like anything the publisher's made has been like favorable for you.
Yeah, I mean, just GTA 5, I played it not too long ago. It was a solid game. Didn't think it was the best one in their franchise or anything like that, but it was a solid single-player experience. It was fun, you know? I think GTA 4 has the better story.
Yeah, you've been playing a lot of GTA 4 recently, eh?
Yeah, and I'm liking it a lot. Obviously, I think the console holds back that game significantly. That game needs a remaster so that people can appreciate it again today.
Oh, most definitely.
But, you know, even like Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead 2, I mean, phenomenal games, I think. So coming off the heels, literally, of Red Dead 2 going into GTA 6, yes, I have very high expectations for them.
I am hoping your expectations are met to...
Me too. And I will be the first to say, like, this game's shit or this game isn't as good as Red Dead 2. I'm not going to go in assuming it's going to be, you know, phenomenal. I'm going to go in having the expectations it's going to be a good game at the very least, but I'm not going to expect it to be Red Dead 2, you know?
Yeah, I I think Red Dead 2 is probably gonna sit right up at the second place slot for me after I'm completed. I'm on chapter 7 of 8 or something like that, or I'm close to 7. I don't exactly remember, but the game is taking a minor backseat for me just because Lego Batman is out and about right now. I've been liking the game a fair bit. I have my nice. Okay. I have my minor, and I do mean minor, criticisms of the game. Nani. Where, like, at the end of the day, like, I have to subvert my expectations because, nice, it's a Lego game, and Lego games should be lighthearted and humorous or whatever. But when you are approaching an IP like the Batman, I feel like it's okay if you treat all your characters around Batman as like as being comical, and then just keeping the Dark Knight as like a serious tone, even in Lego form. But they choose to like, oh, we should have the Batman be funny too. And for me, that's like, but the humor of Batman's character lightens up around it, and it gets a little bit closer to what I actually asked for. Of like, oh, just have everything around Batman be funny. Don't make Batman funny.
Yeah, I will say to that game's credit that I think is really cool. I can't go over there. What the fuck?
No.
Oh, is that platform supposed to take me down? Okay.
I think so.
But to that game's credit, which I think is really cool, is it almost felt like that developer, Telltale, was like, let me go ahead and remind the industry what video games should be. You know, which is fun. All the skins are available without paying for DLC and all this other bullshit. You know, like
wait, Telltale.
Or not Telltale, Traveler Tales, the developer of the Lego games.
Okay.
But like, it's just sad that it takes a developer that just makes pretty like easygoing games, almost feels obligated to make this game be like,
let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, Rocksteady, take notes of what you used to be. You know.
Oh man,
that's how the game feels to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like playing the game, it was just like, damn, this almost feels like a diss to Rocksteady. Because it's like, how the fuck did you manage to fuck up what you had? You guys started like a whole string of the combat in that game inspired other games like Shadow of Mordor and Spider-Man and Mad Max and stuff like that. And it's just sad to see what that developer's turned into. And I want to give them credit. I think I've said this before on the channel. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've repeated myself a million times, but I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to believe it's really not the developers. It's really not the creators of the movies. It's the people who fund these things, dude, that are the ones that are going, nope, the game needs to be this. You know, I don't want it to be like all Rocksteady's fault.
Well, to give some leeway to Rocksteady, Rocksteady did not develop Arkham Origins or Arkham, what was the other game?
Arkham Origins or
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, right.
That was developed by Warner Brothers Montreal, which is a different team.
True.
And funnily enough, both of the games that are bad are developed by that studio. So, but with that being said,
I mean, they still develop Suicide Squad. Oh my God.
Was that?
Yeah, that was Rocksteady.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that unfortunately was Rocksteady.
Well, that very much is unfortunate. Yeah, that has to be like a different team thing in my eyes.
But it's just sad to see that, like, okay, why did we make this like looter shooter clone, like microtransaction type game instead of just continuing with, and I know it's not them really. It's whoever's funding them going like, we need to make a game that's going to make profit, not just on initial sales.
Well, you know, a big thing in the rumor mill right now is that Rocksteady is in development for Arkham Beyond, which is something we've talked about many times on the channel. And it just seems that everything that we talk about comes to fruition in some way, shape, or form.
It's true.
Which, you know, if it's really a return to form for Arkham, I'm super about it. And I'm such a fan of Batman Beyond. The biggest shame here is that we will not be able to get Kevin Conroy as the Batman, as Old Man Bruce. I feel like there's people that could probably do a good job, but Kevin Conroy is just, he's so iconic. He's literally like the embodiment of Batman for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I would really like if we got Will Friedle to return to voice Terry McGinnis, because I think he does an excellent job as a younger Batman as well.
Oh, they'd have to, right? I mean, that's what they did with the Arkham games. They're like, let's take the cast of the animated series, and they would be stupid not to do that.
I would hope so, but
I think they would be.
It's been so long since Batman Beyond came out that, but he's also shown that Will Friedle will return to the role because he has returned to voice,
Come on.
to voice Terry McGinnis and like a different property as well. I forget what it was, but he has returned before.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that'd be a wise decision. I think it'd be a very wise decision for them to basically get the cast of Batman Beyond to come back for this new game.
You know, this is kind of how do I say this? It's just kind of not great as a fan that I don't know if a majority of the cast is still alive or not. I just don't know, because I mean it's been 20 fucking years, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if the people that played Ink or any of the Joker's gang or oh dude, if we could get a segment in a Batman Arkham Beyond game that has Shreve, that would be so sick, because he was one of like the coolest villains, because he was like sound based. He had like the sound suit. I don't know if you remember him.
Vaguely.
And like, dude, he could like turn off like ambient sound around him, where like he would like lower all the ambient sound and just hone in on the volume of like Batman's footsteps, and it created like really cool sound design.